Hello, I'm Elaine Stevens, and I want to welcome you to Artbeat. Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Artbeat, a magical journey into the art world of South Mississippi. And if you think I've taken you to some amazing places before now, just get a load of dream painters. Well, that was a very quick journey around Dream Painters. Now I'm going to take you on a slow and easy pace with the owner of Dream Painters, Lynn Awad. Lynn, it's so great to see you again.
Same here, Elaine.
Yeah, I love the new location.
Thank
it's
you.
amazing. How did you decide on where to come?
A wonderful man in Ocean Springs told me he had the perfect building for me.
Yeah.
And I've waited 10 years to come to Ocean Springs, and this is the perfect spot.
You know, they say that Ocean Springs has artistic crystals under the earth that just give these wonderful vibrations to artists. I know
believe
people
that.
think I'm a little kooky when I say that, but I have to believe it. Look at this work here.
Thank
Must
you.
inspire you tremendously.
Thank you. It does.
Well, I have been following your work, as you know, because I have a couple of her pieces in my house. And I want to know how you got started doing these really oversized, wonderful, vivid paintings. How did you get started with that?
Well, I can go back a long way because I'm not young, but
Who is?
I actually started truthfully at my mother's knee because my mom is an incredible artist and she encouraged me to paint what I saw. And even though when I started I had very little to work with and not very much imagination, it has really come full circle and I really am happy to be doing what I'm doing now. As far as the size.
Mm-hmm. The size is really, I don't know if you can tell, and we're going to take you quickly around on an individual level, but when you walk in, you see these mammoth-sized canvases with bright colors, and even if the sun were not shining today, which it is, fortunately, but if it were not, the paintings on these walls would give shine of their own to the world around us. They're just amazing colors that you have such a very true sense of color.
I love color.
Yeah.
I'm basically a colorist, an artist, yes, a painter, yes, but the color is actually the painting. And the size, when people buy something that they really love, you don't have to have 4 or 5 things. One sometimes will do much nicer if it's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I have one of her bureaus in my living room, and it's hand painted, of course, by Lynn. It's an original. There's only one of a kind.
Sure.
It dates back to the 1940s, and I don't know if you remember doing this piece,
I do.
but it has the Gulf Coast scene with boats, and it is just so alluring to people when they walk in. They want to know everything about the person that painted it. So I want to know everything about the person that painted it. Tell me everything.
Well, first of all, I love to paint. Paint is my heart and soul. It's really what I love to do, and I enjoy sharing it with people. It's not about the money with me because I just want to sell them to people who love them and who will give them a good home. And just like Elaine says, when people come in, I want her to be able, or anyone to be able to say, I bought this because I truly love it and I really enjoy having it in my home. That way I'm a part of a million homes.
Well, I have to say that her energy is in my bedroom as well. We have a beautiful red bamboo, hand-painted by you, bookshelf with all my knickknacks, and my special spiritual items are on there. I have Greek icons and statues, and when I walked in that day and I immediately purchased that, you know, it's just thrilling to have you almost in every room of the house.
Okay.
But I look around, I see different subject matter. How do you decide on that?
Well, some of it is painted because it's something in me that I really want to put on a piece of canvas. sometimes it's something that someone describes to me, and I want to try it and see how it actually would look if I painted it. And then, because this is a business, I truthfully sometimes paint things that I know people will really love and that they can easily buy.
And that would be fish.
Fish.
Especially down here.
Especially
a lot
fish.
of fish.
Yes, a lot of
People
fish.
love seafood and all the nautical things.
Yeah, but truthfully, if I don't like it, I'm not going to paint it.
Well, it shows.
I'm
I mean,
just
there's a
not gonna
passion in each canvas here, and we are going to take the viewers on another individual journey of these works. But I have to also ask, when I don't see any reflection of the artist in struggle here. I mean, I hear the stories of the artist in struggle, and I come in here and I see someone that looks like they must be smiling on the inside and outside all the time. It's just so happy.
I am happy. I'm happy because I have a gift to paint, and I'm happy because people love them and they buy them, and I am not having an economic struggle.
Yeah.
I'm having a struggle with myself trying to paint what I really would like to get on canvas. And other than that, it's just a joy.
Well, I sense that it comes very easily to you, and I also feel that the viewer is going to take an interest in each and every one of these. By the way, we're at Dream Painters if you just tuned in, and we'll be right back right after this. Well, obviously, down here in Mississippi and Alabama, we love flowers in the springtime, and these are some flowers. Tell me about what inspired you to do these. These are daisies or poppies?
Actually, they're poppies.
Poppies,
The name of
okay.
this painting is called Red Hot Poppies. And most of the time when you see poppies, they're about maybe 5 inches, 6 inches. These are about 14 inches.
Wow.
I like big flowers. Big flowers.
But you're able to get them to scale. In other words,
Yes.
they're not out of proportion. Now, is this the same one that was at one of the auctions at IP Casino?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It sure was, and they loved it.
Oh, I love it.
And every one that I do is a little different. This one has a tremendous amount of texture in it, and I especially love the dark green because it just makes the flowers pop.
Did you notice just now what she did? Lynn is a very loving person, obviously, with all of her artwork, but she caressed this painting
Sure.
like you would caress something that, yeah, I can tell. I mean, you touch it, and as children growing up, we've always been taught, don't touch it, but here you are, the creator of this beautiful work, and you're touching it. She welcomes you here on Government
Absolutely.
Street to
Children,
do the same thing.
children, we usually have a sign that says dogs and children welcome.
Aw.
And I really enjoy it when young people come in and they touch my paintings and they look at them, because then I know that they are engulfed within that art, and they'll take that with them when they leave.
What a wonderful lesson for you to
It
be
is.
teaching them as they come into this
Right.
world of yours. Well, let's go into the next
do.
room and take a look and see
Okay.
what we find over there.
Elaine, come and look at this painting that is really one of the very best
Oh, I
things
love it.
that I do.
I'm going to touch it.
Please do.
Okay. Wow, the textures are amazing. I don't know if you
This
can make
is-
out. These are all bottles, right?
They're all different kinds of bottles and different kinds of
Glasses.
drinks. This is a play off of a series that I do that's called Crystal Spirits. That one is a more elegant look, but this one is just funky and fun.
It is, and I think I saw something similar in the Marver home in Gulfport, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Something
Yes.
wonderfully similar. So, Crystal Spirits, is there any magic behind that title? I
Of
see-
course.
All right.
I'm not a drinker, but I know that spirits are magical.
Yes, they are.
And
They can
especially
be.
things that are these colors. And you know, these are not typical colors
No, they're
for
not.
drinks, but it's for fun. It's a fun, very fun piece.
I remember the first time I saw this one in a series in one of the galleries, and I just went, wow, who is this person? She's just got it down as far as what the spirit world of that kind really means. So
Right.
let's take a look at some of your painted furniture. Shall we do that?
Yes,
Okay,
that would be great.
Well, this room has an array of furniture in it, but if you look at it closely, from the understated to the outrageous. Now, what inspires you on both extremes here? I'm amazed.
This one is a 1923 totally vintage foot dresser. And I did absolutely nothing to this one except clean it up and put a little color on it. Because it is a very elegant and very understated piece. This one,
Wait a
however,
minute now. I'm loving the red drawers. You've got to
the
tell
red
me a
drawer.
little bit
well,
about those red
this
drawers.
This is kind of like makeup for furniture.
Okay.
because as they get older, sometimes you get nicks and scratches and really
Sort of like
bad
us.
places.
Like us.
Yes, like us. And so sometimes a little lipstick.
Oh, I love it. I love
We'll
the
cover
the really rich burgundy look with the dark brown like that. Now, this looks so whimsical and wonderful for a child's room, I would say.
It is.
Is it?
This one is also a triple mirrored foot dresser, and it is vintage 1923 as well. Everything on it is original, except for the wild and crazy pansies. And I love doing these because a lot of times great-grandmothers and mothers have furniture from their childhood and they want to incorporate it back into their grandchildren or their children's lives. But no little girl likes cream ivory. So voila, there it is.
Well, I remember Lynn had her store in Gulfport on Pass Road, and I would love to go in there. And the first thing I would notice was, of course, the painted furniture, because I was searching at that time for something really bright and whimsical. And I have to say that any child, any grown-up, as a matter of fact, would love this.
They're pretty. I love them myself.
We have so much more to see here at Dream Painters, so we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back right after this message. And welcome back to Art Beat. If you have just joined us, I'm your host, Elaine Stevens, and I'm taking you into a world that you've never seen before here at Dream Painters in Ocean Springs with Lynn Awad. We've been taking a quick tour of her home. Her home, actually, it's a home of art, and that's what it is. And believe me, I'd move in here in a second. But the subject matter is so varied. We're looking now at a wall that has a combination of something very Picasso-esque. If you could see this painting here, very large canvas, very vivid colors, which are indicative of Lynn's work. And then to the right of that is the Buddha, which gives you a completely different feeling, a feeling of peace. And so how do you transition between these moods, Lynn?
This one is really something that I paint from my soul. It's something that is a spiritual thing. It's not a religious figure. It's actually something that is painted in order for you to meditate and to contemplate and to just make peace in your life. I enjoy doing these when I'm tired or when I have a lot of things that I need to think about because they're relaxing to me. And other people tell me that when they buy them, the peace comes home to them with the painting. This one I love to do because Picasso to me is just the most wonderful artist in our world. And he can take the most simple thing, a man and a woman, and make it.
That's not that simple, Lynn.
Well, they should be. But he can take them and do things with them that will make you think of oneness.
Yeah, it does. That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Someone coming together. Yeah. And the colors I use are not the colors that he uses because I really like to make his work as a mentor to me, not to copy.
So have you studied other artists such as Picasso?
Oh, yes. My favorites top would be Picasso. I love Van Gogh for his fiery rage that he can put out there. Michelangelo to me is a spirit painter, and I love his work. Raphael, but there's so many wonderful painters. Some of them are even children because they're so innocent, and you can see that in their work. There is no bad art.
I love that philosophy. I agree with you, and I have to say, the first time I saw your work, I was quite taken with the fact that it had an innocence about it and a purity that I really wanted in my home. And I recently bought another one of her paintings, which is an abstract with the squares, all very, very vivid and colorful. Got it home and realized it matched our rug in a caricaturish type of way, but at the same time, it's absolutely beautiful. So we're here at Dream Painters, and you've got to come down and see Lynn Awad's work. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back right after this message. And welcome back to Art Beat. My guest today is Lynn Awad. We are in her office, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know if you can grasp the feel of this office, but who wouldn't want to work here and do business? I mean, this desk is amazing. Tell us a little bit about how you came about with these colors and these inspirations. There's flowers on the front.
Well, this desk is about 25 years old. I picked it up at a garage sale for $20.
Naturally.
And it's so heavy. And about every 3 or 4 years, I paint it again because over the period, I get paint on it because I sometimes use it for an easel.
Do you really?
So this is a brand new paint job for Ocean Springs.
How lovely. And the color is a bright red, my favorite. Matches what you
Yes.
have on today. Now, I understand that this is your office for your business, Dream Painters on Government, but this is not where the actual work is done. Tell us a little bit about your studio.
Well, my studio is a converted 3-car garage, and it has wonderful light. It has children, dogs, cats, a lot of company. It's facing the beach in Biloxi. And I go out there in the morning about 4 o'clock, and I paint until sunrise, about 6:30 or 7.
Wow. So are you dedicated to that time period, or is that something you
Just
change?
about every day,
Every
because
day.
I wake up early, and it's a good time in the morning. It's quiet. I'm also out there sometimes late at night, sometime around 10, 11, 12 o'clock if I have something to finish. But it is an everyday part of my life.
And that's the way it needs to be, doesn't it? With writers
does.
and people that produce artistic works. The work behind us again, is that part of the series of Crystal Spirits?
It is.
Okay, tell us a little bit
This
about
one
that
is called Local Bottles. I'm doing a really different series now of bottles with a tremendous amount of texture, and I'm doing them as international bottles. Sometimes they're Parisian, sometimes Mexicana, English, British, Australian, and each one of the drinks, of course, would be the drink native to that area. And this is number 3 in a series of 5.
Now, I'm curious, do you have props that you use that you set up in your studio to paint, or does this all come from here?
It's from my.
That's what I thought.
It's from my mind.
You don't get these kind of colors and this kind of inspiration.
This is coffee, really, really good coffee.
Very strong caffeine.
Very
huh?
strong caffeine, and really, it is so hard to explain. It's just it's a desire that you have to take it out and put it on a canvas.
Well, I sense that desire, and I encourage people to come and see your desires on canvas here at Dream Painters in Ocean Springs. But what I'd like to also let everyone know is a little bit more about Lynn, and that's where we're going to go. We're going to take a little bit of an introspective journey into Lynn Awad and how she is and why she is who she is in our next segment. So join us right after this. And we're here at Art Beat on the porch with Lynn Awad, Dream Painters. Our afternoon continues. It's been a remarkable day. The sun is shining, and the sun is shining in your beautiful little home here. But Lynn has some very special qualities that make her tick. And I just found out we've known each other for a few years, but I understand that you are a heart patient.
Yes.
And that you have recently undergone some major things. So how has this deterred you in your creativity, if at all?
I think deterred would be an incorrect word.
Oh, good.
It actually made me rethink
Wow.
what I was doing. As we get older, we sometimes forget that the years are coming, and so we want to do the same things that we've always done.
True.
And sometimes we try to do them the same way. And I'm very active, and I work very hard. I have a big family, and they're very demanding. I have beautiful grandchildren. They take up my time. And so one beautiful, wonderful sunny day, I started to walk down to the beach, and I realized that I didn't know where I was going, and I didn't have the energy to walk back. And so that evening I went into the hospital and found that I had some major problems with my heart and with my breathing and with the carotid artery in the left side of my neck. And so over the last 6 months, I have undergone several surgeries, and my prognosis was that I might be blind, I might be unable to paint, I might not be able to speak, but as you can see with what's behind us, none of that happened.
You're dancing in this canvas.
Absolutely.
Yes, I see
because
that.
I had a team of great doctors. An Angel came to me from Florida, and he did my final surgery, and it has worked to perfection. And now I'm back at about 125%.
And she looks amazing, I tell you.
I love it.
I am so impressed because at IP Casino, we do a lot of work with the American Heart Association, and we have sponsored many, many programs with them. And to talk to someone that I care about who creates on this massive a scale, and you're so prolific, and to know that you're going through that is quite, how can I say, it's miraculous to know that you are able to overcome your heart ailment, have hope, and still create such beautiful work. Is there ever a day when you get up where you say, I can't create?
Yes.
Is there?
There is, and it lasts about 15 minutes, because living on the beach, when you go outside and you see the beautiful sky and the water and the birds and just nature, there is no better painter than God. And so all I can do is just try to emulate.
Well, I have to say that in Ocean Springs there are many wonderful artists, and throughout Artbeat that's what we're going to do for you. We're going to let you meet them personally. We're going to take you on magical journeys into the art world, and today has just been an amazing trip for me because I love your work. That's no secret. I share it with the world. I make sure she's represented at silent auctions and all fundraising events. If there was one piece of advice that you could give to a future artist out there that's watching today, what would it be?
You're going to be surprised. Find a husband who loves your work as much as he loves you, and that way he will be supportive of you. And I am very lucky because I not only found a perfect husband, I found a perfect artist.
And he actually helped with this canvas over here, as I understand it. This is the work of three people. It's work of three people, two beautiful figures dancing. And we hope you dance your way through every day here in South Mississippi as we take you on this wonderful journey in Artbeat. And by the way, I want to let you know that if you have any ideas or suggestions about what you'd like to see on Artbeat, you can visit us at www.wkfk.com. Look up Artbeat, and we'll make sure your suggestion gets noticed and get that guest on the air for you. It's been a pleasure. Hope you join us again next time. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.